start getting just straight aggressive at each other in Plume Castle, and we saw that back-to-back weeks. So, you know, if it happens again, I would not be surprised. But game number 1 locked and loaded for these players at home. Spider 14 place, I mentioned. I have no doubt on Spider here, Seb. I don't.
Oh, it's for sure that he is going to be doing something pretty crazy compared to what we usually see. Being able to make all that way up, he has 19.1 points. Huge parry coming up from Mike, by the way, here, as we're going to see him go through, try to get that dagger focus off, is going to try and end up scale rushing around this building. And this Z-Ping mirror match here is just very, very difficult to try and play. Usually these fights last a while, but Mike's got him on the ropes. The kiting coming out here, just trying to wait for that F to recharge. JDG's verse is going to be able to get the F off. Mike trying to switch over to the hang sword here to try and get a combo off. We're going to see the meter dump coming in onto Mike. Is going to switch back to the dagger, gets hit with one musket shot. We're going to see JDG's verse just trying to kite away, using those nunchucks to get a bit of extra movement here. We're going to see the musket shot come out again. A little bit of a heal going out. JDG's verse starts to engage, and the overhold takes him down. OUG's Mike picking up a kill early here as WBG's Spider already getting low, and this is what we were talking about here. Spider in a very difficult position already this early into the game. On Feria has the F ability burned, but is going to get a lucky armor swap here, giving him a little bit of extra breathing room. Has that full reset now. Arano from EWG is going to be getting now flipped onto by Fun Plus Phoenix's Juchi. Juchi now dealing so much damage. We're going to see the F get invested from Arano. Arano needing to back off quickly here because this fight has been completely flipped around. Spider trying to come in on the third party here. And now we just wait. This is getting very difficult for them. Juchi coming in with a full charge attack on to Arano, going down here as Spider just getting an insane nunchuck combo into the weapon swap. Oh my goodness. And the one hit from the nunchucks sends him down into his soul form.
Again from Spider with the nunchuck greatsword swap. We saw that last week, and he's showcasing it again. Pace against Jux. I believe they're in the no old zone right now. Pace with a health advantage. Jux catches the prior off of that scale rush to the 1.0 from the Hong Sword. Does not connect though. F turned down there from Pace. The freeze does connect there for Jux. Catches the prior. No, goes for the crouch LMB. Clink comes in off the lights for both players. Overhold there for Jux. Does get the damage. And a big pair there for Pace. And the damage is there. Jux is going to fall. And Pace now moving up to 8th place with 1 elimination. Juchi with 1 as well. And Fong this time around with 1 elimination. He had a slower start last week, but this week already putting up those eliminations on the board, and he knows that he has his back towards his wall right now, and any of these players on the bottom 13 and under want to take that spot away from him, so he needs to turn up. But Frostivus against Kai Bao, and let me proud there for Frostivus. Oculus v Tessa right now currently. Wolves against Alliance. Clink comes in off the focus for both players. The Gust does not connect. The overhold, the follow-up connects there. Catches the prior, does not yet. Going up for the follow-up, catches the damage for the extra hit there. He weaves the R&B focus. Beautifully done there from Frostivus. Tesla ultimate does come invested in from Kai Bao. Frostivus is going to respond with the ultimate of his own as well. Interacts just in time. 1, 2, 3 connects there for Kai Bao. He's going to try to go ahead and back up for the time being. Trying to kite this ultimate away. F to save that hit from that lunge. Now the chase is on, and Frostivus, he has a little bit left on that ultimate before it starts to run out, and Kai Bao doing a really good job staying mobile. Does not catch the prowl yet. The V2 misses as well, and Frostivus with a nice counter grapple. The common armor, these situations is not that great, but Kai Bao does manage to live for the time being. Frostivus still with that purple armor advantage. It looks like it's going to be a full reset for both players. Chuck's already with 2 eliminations on the Justina. That's a great sight for him, currently in 13th spot. It plays right now. Kai Bao and Frostivus still going at it. Big bear there for Frostivus. F called in. He reads it, backs up away to not get the knockback off of that F. Kai Bao now is going to spin back the LMB focus there from the blue spear. Tesla ultimate invested once again there for Kai Bao. Turns up the F there to interact, and he does manage to do so. And now Kai Bao has to back up 2% currently on his raids. And Frost is doing a really good job. Coming in hot with another big pair. And Versus in the back end. He needs to try to pick up this elimination as fast as possible because we have a third party coming on in. And Verse has his eyes on the weakest link. Kai Bao does manage to get a quick little pot in for the time being. Frostivus still trying to get this elimination. Versus well, looks like Kai Bao is going to sit inside the zone for now. and try to wait up and see if any of these players back up. But we see this time and time again that especially in zone 1, these players love to stay in zone. You can't take a lot of this damage until you really start hurting. So right now these players are just gonna storm camp him. Looks like we have another scrap off. Mike against Arano. The follow proc there from the nunchucks. 1-2. Mike now getting caught up by the crouch LMBs. Clink comes in off the lights. Arano trying to respond, tries to go from the uppercut off the guts, does not connect. The B3 does there though. Crouch LMB overholds. He's gonna go ahead and cancel that to the parry. The Clink comes in once again, back to back. The triple as well. It looks like Arano's gonna play it safe inside the fairy and Megan. It's gonna be a full reset. No, the missile shot connects, but it's just a love tap for now. And now Mike and Arano are gonna get a quick reset for themselves.
OUG's Mike here with the advanced heal on, giving him a pretty big advantage here, able to just Z-ping heal and then hit those overhold heals, those advanced heals, getting that so much extra health here, as we're going to see him popping that F1 to gain a little bit of shield back here as Arano sends a couple more pop shots from the ult before demeching here, as it looks like they are going to back off of each other. Resurrections are going to be ending soon, so OUG's Mike doesn't want to invest too deeply into this. With the Realm of Yang popping up, he would rather go for a fight in there, save himself for the Realm of Yang, giving him that possibility of getting the buff and the extra loot here. As we were taking a look, Mike and Spider on the first one, we see Paste, Roy Shishi, and Feng guarding the top side, and Jux, Kaibao, and Frostivus going to be going for the most north one. It's going to be interesting to see. I'd love to see Mike v Spider right away here, as it looks like it's going to be Feng versus Spider. We are going to see Roy Shishi versus Team OUG and J Team versus JL. This is going to be a very interesting Realm of Yang here. Spider is going to take to the skies very early here. We're going to see Dagger versus Dual Blades. Fang getting a lot of damage off, but all of the shield of Fang goes right away here. We're going to see the F1 getting invested from Fang. Spider still has that. F1 gets caught into the blender here. Just Fang taking a lot of damage now, trying to kite away as fast as possible. Still has that pillar opportunity here, but it's going to get knocked off. Spider with a huge parry, and oh my goodness, Fang on one last sliver of health. Doesn't have enough ult charge to cast the pillar here yet. On 1 HP and a dream, trying to fight Spider. Spider finally using that F1 here, and oh my goodness, Fang bringing it back around into this fight. 1 HP, able to bring Spider pretty low, giving him enough time to get his mech back, getting his rage here. As we're going to see turrets firing right at each other. DRG's Fang trying to get a bit of a heal off here, is going to end up knocking him back, not giving him the chance to heal, dealing so much damage to his mech, and he's got just that little bit of extra time since he went into the mech just a bit later. But Fang getting a little bit of an advantage here, taking that dagger shot. We are going to see the Fan come out into the uppercut, into the charge. Oh my goodness, that was dirty.
Wow, the composure there from Fawn. Make sure he does not hesitate for a second, gets the ult there to stay alive, drags the fight around, and comes out victorious against Spider. AS against Pace this time around. Big pair there from AS onto Pace. The damage is going to be massive there. Gold Katana in hand for Pace this time around, and AS now is going to go ahead and eat up the 1.0 there from Pace, and Pace is going to come out on top for this fight. On the Zaping. Zaping fares out as always in Holleroth. Nothing new here. Cena Justinas as well being played out. We have a Lone Wolf Tessa for Kai Bao for game number 1. Spider against Arano. Spider now with that. Oh, he cleansed. He does not have that Yang depletion timer on his back. He had a Soul Bloom stashed somewhere, so he is going to be able to pick up his elimination at his own will. Arano looks like he's going to go ahead and spin it back. What a massive upcut there from Spider. Looks like Arano's still playing the distance game for the time being. Does get clipped off of that grapple LMB. Gets clipped off the Scare Rush as well, but Arano's still being a big nuisance here for Spider. Make sure he does not get caught up. Arano needs to take a quick reset. Looks like he is going to manage to back up for now. Spider still has not been able to catch up to him. Still have 2 buffs up there for OUG and J Team. Gonna swap on over to Mike against Jux. Gold Hung Sword in hand for Mike. Jux with a blue nunnies. Already Mike with knocking out 2 blocks of that blue armor. Mike trying to stay up in this fight. Jux as well. Jux trying to respond. Ultimate there for the Justina coming out. Nunchuck meter break connects into the uppercut. The freeze connects as well. Goes ahead with the R&B focus. Mike throws down the F. R&B once again there for Jux. He takes out a lot of health there from Mike. Mike still has the ultimate to get prog. Goes for the grapple. No, he had that F to stay safe. Catches the power once again. And that's the damage enough there to elimination. And Mike coming out on top there. Beautifully there from Mike. Mike with 4 eliminations already. Game number 1. And he is not playing today, Seb. 4 eliminations here for Mike already.
OUG's Mike turning fights around right when it looks like they've got Mike's number. He goes, "It's not my time to die." Turns around, picks up a beautiful kill, going to his 4th in this game. And this is exactly what you can expect coming out from OUG's Mike. One of the best of this game here as we're taking a look. WBG Spider now fighting against Frostivus. Frostivus taking a lot of damage here, trying to replenish that purple armor, which does give him a decent armor advantage against WBG Spider here, but it looks like Frostivus invested the ult, doesn't want to go back into this fight, but Spider is hungry for some kills. Spider is going to be trying to follow Frostivus here, as we are seeing a couple of other players, Arano, Verse, and Mike, all chasing WBG Spider. We're going to see the no ult zone getting popped from Frostivus over here. He does have that gold staff in hand as well. Could do a lot of damage, forcing himself though to back off. Doesn't want to engage too early and put himself out of this fight unintentionally. As we're going to take a look, Mike hard and hungry for kills here, as we're going to see Verse trying to make the play with the purple fan. Is going to be able to dodge around the charged attack from the fan. JDG's Verse now just getting followed very quickly by Mike, as we are going to go back into the wall, as we are going to see this levels game getting played again. The same one we saw Spider playing earlier. The JDG's Verse trying to kite around, has a lot of good movement, especially with the fan here. We are going to see OUG's Mike popping that F to be able to just get out of the situation, to get that little extra dash. This WBG Spider takes to the skies, fighting Arano.
Spider did pick up the elimination onto Frostivus. I believe that's Frostivus game 1 with 1 elimination. It's currently in 7th place. Arano against Spider for the 2nd time around. So they're going to go ahead and duke it out inside the zone. Both V3 beacons are out as well. Spider drops very low. He's going to be forced to take the mech now. Arano is just going to back up. He did his duty. He just has to wait for this mech to demech to go ahead and get aggressive once again. And we've seen this time and time again. If you pop any ultimates around anybody, and is there any players around and they see that you have no ult, you will be pushed. And unfortunate enough, that's what happened to Frostivus as well. They did see the Akos have no more ult, so that is a open window for these players to go ahead and get aggressive. And we see Arana already starting to do it against Spider, and the Spider needs to kite this as much as possible to try to get some rage back. Second Realm Yang, I believe is about to pass now. It's forming currently. Here goes the bird calls. The bird is out for the second Realm Yang. Looks like J team against Wolves. We got OUG against DRG. It's going to be Mike and Fong this time around. Let's see who's going to be able to take that elimination. But we're going to take a quick look at Pace against Kai Bao in the second Realm Yang of game number 1. Sorry, Kai Bao with the Hong Sword. Catches the prior onto Pace. Going to go ahead to the standard Hong Sword 1.0. Pistol shot connects as well. Pace now is going to go ahead and throw down the F, but he's going to catch the parry as well, and Kai Bao has the F to stay up for the time being. Going to go ahead and let loose the 2.0 off of that. Big parry there from Kai Bao, and that's nicely done there from Kai Bao. Gets the damage in, levels out the health. Going to go ahead and miss the V3, or the V1, sorry. Kai Bao now going to get caught off the 1.0 once again, and damage is massive. And the jump LNB finisher there for Pace, and Pace once again showing up, and that's really nice to see for him. Bong against Mike going at it right after that Yang, and then another jump LNB finisher this round for the second half, and it's Fong coming out victorious once again, and that's massive for Fong, turning up for game number 1, already locked and loaded. We seen him last week being a little bit cold off the start games and starting to turn up after game 3, but now today he knows he has a job to do, and he's here to do it here, Seb.
Oh yeah, Fong is a Titan killer. That is the one thing that he is best at, is getting in the heads of these top players and eliminating them over and over. We saw him kill Spider. We saw him kill Mike. These are our players that we usually expect to beat every single person in these fights, and we're seeing them go down to the likes of Fong. Fong is an amazing player. We always see him close to the top of the leaderboard here. 9th place right now, 4 kills already on the game. We've seen J Team's paced as well with 5 kills. on the board. So it is going to be a kill race between these three. Spider trying to keep up with the amount of kills, but only has 2 under his belt so far. So he does have a lot more ground to make. Anyways, that being said, he has picked up 2 kills, which gives him a point advantage over some of these players, giving him that 12th spot. Went from 14 to 12 with just 2 kills. As we're taking a look, J-Team's PST fighting against Wolves Kaiba. We're going to see the F getting invested early from the Tessa here, as we're going to see PST does have that White Tiger's prowess. This is going to give him a huge buff into this fight here, as we're going to see Pace with a huge parry. We're going to see the ult try and come out, but J-Team picking up his 6th kill of the game. DRG's Fung trying to steal the kill away from Pace with the crossbow and the poison bullets here, as we are going to see him try and then now engage onto Paste. OUG's Mike now going in for some crazy kills, and it looks like we're going to see Fung with the third party as well, trying to make something happen with that repeating crossbow. Mike relentless, oh my goodness. Pace not having any of this, is going to try and back off as fast as possible. Does have that buff, so we'll get a little bit of shield regeneration passively from the buff. Mike looks like he's backed off as well, trying to see if he can spot out this next target.
Yeah, and that's Mike right here doing what he does best, controlling the tempo of the game. And we see this from this man every single night he's playing, pretty much controlling the pace of these lobbies. And there he gets aggressive on a player, and now it looks like Pace is getting turned on here by Fong as well. The damage is trying to come into play. Gold fan in hand for Pace. We have another player showing up, Arano. He has 2 players on his back, and you know Mike is scouting this out as well. He did start all this. Big scale rush there onto Fong. Has that golden jade as well for that fan. It's gonna do a lot of damage. He does catch an opponent with that. The gust does connect there for Fong. Arano, look, everybody already trying to keep their eyes on Pace. He still has the ultimate online. These players do have that indicator that the ult is online with the little green orb shining behind the character there. And now it's a waiting game for zone 3 to start closing. And this is a very dangerous zone as well, with the ballista being right on top. If you do not want to start a fight in the middle of puzzle, but we are going to take a quick look at the replay. I believe this is the first run with Yang. Mike against Roshishi. Proc comes in off the nunchucks. Roshishi catches him with a crouch on the B R&B. 1, 2, 3 follow up as well. Mike trying to catch him off that F, does not manage to do so, but he does catch the shift parry there. That's big damage. He does get a lot of damage onto Roshishi, forcing out that mech to be formed up. Mike just going ahead and disrespectfully just popping a pop in front of him, still laying down the pressure with the pistol, and Roshishi just trying to be back to full health here, pretty much not laying down any pressure. Weaves that first missile. Now the DMAC comes into play. 1, 2, catches that off the nunchucks, cancels the 3 with the grapple. Pop comes in off the F there. Doesn't manage to do so. Pairs a little bit too early. Doesn't catch, so gets the LMB focus there onto Roshishi. Gets caught up. No, it's Mike here with the fan grapple combo onto Roshishi to win the first round with Yang. And that's how the man does it in the realm. Briefly done there from Mike. But Pace, I see you, Pace. I believe with 6 eliminations now on the board for game number 1. And I remember last year, Pace, this was before Hangso was in the game, and Pace had an insane weekend, and he pretty much just heaven stepped like 2 to 3 people back to back. I'm never gonna forget that. It's replaying in my head. So that time right there was probably the first time I really saw the Pro League doing the heaven step, and now seeing him in the big stage this year, being able to continue doing that. I believe he was doing that week 1 or last week for week 2. Seeing him just make sure he stays up and playing really good Naraka and fixing those fundamentals that all these players work on, and seeing him perform really well is really nice to see there from Pace. And it's just insane how a lot of these players are now closing out the gap. I remember talking about this, just how, you know, Mike and Spider are pretty much were the dominant one for a very long time, and we had Luan Leong in the mix as well, and T225 as well. But now seeing these new faces being on the top as well is very nice to see that the Pro League is always fresh, and it's not always guaranteed to and nobody to say that. But Mike now getting hounded here by a lot of players, cannon shots flying on in. We see this time and time again that a lot of these players running cannon, but here he does manage to stay safe as well. I'm trying to see all the heroes here, Seb. What hero you think will take game number 1? Keep in mind the fairs are out right now.
We still have a Faria. DRG's Fung.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we still have the Farriers out. Oh, they're in the game. That's what I mean. Like,
oh, I thought you were saying all of the Farias were out.
No. The Farriers are in, but they're out here. Yeah, they're out here.
Yeah,
we have 3 out.
Here.
Yeah, what hero do you give this to? As a Ping or the Faria for winning game number 1?
So right now we've got Mike on Zping, Spider on Faria. I'm gonna have to give it to just they both have that healing capability and the fact that they can outlive their opponents. I feel like if we make it to a really small circle, the Farias are going to take it. But if Mike is able to pick up a whole bunch of kills in the next 2 minutes before Circle 6 starts to close on the Circle 7, we could see a huge turnaround for the Zpings if they're able to take out the Faria Shens very quickly here. But if these Farias are allowed to stay in till that very close end circle, the Zpings are going to just get pushed out of the circle further and further, and it's going to be increasingly difficult for them to pick up any kills and place very high. But PST on the Zping already has 6 kills in the game, so it does depend as well a lot on the points that are already on the board.
But yeah, I also think it's going to be like a 3 Zip versus 3 Faria type of thing going into this end circle, and looks like he's going to be pushing on the top side of puzzle. And I don't think I've seen this end circle yet, so this is going to be very interesting to watch. OUG's Might with 4 eliminations, 40.3 overall points for OUG's Might. J-Team's Pace now with 6 eliminations, 33.1, currently in 7th place. DRG Fawn with 4 eliminations, 29.1. EWG Arano has a slow start so far, no eliminations, 25.3, 11th place. WBG Spider with 2 eliminations, make sure he gets in that top 12 now with 20.9. JDG's Verse with 20.1, no eliminations there for Verse. And Verse coming into these games, he was in 12th place. He has that pressure to make sure that he stays in the top 12. I mean, you still have a couple players that are on that bottom side as well, like Jux, Warshishi, Kai Bao still playing today out. So he has a lot of pressure trying to make sure he can qualify. He is going to be battling, I mean, now Spider, but it looks like Spider's moving up already. And all the other players I just named, Jux, Warshishi, and Kai Bao for that top 12 spot. And make sure that anybody above him doesn't get any eliminations. This is a big task there for Verse to make sure he can qualify for the bi-weekly 2 finals. And this is standard now. We have the random Bane now spawn for this end circle. Zone 5 starting to spread now. So Spider is going to be forced to move pretty soon. And there it is. Arano as well going down the stairway. Pace and Verse on the top left hand side. Looks like Mike is starting to move in as well. But these players are going to start rotating into the next circle. Cannons are out once again. Spider gold armor here for WBG Spider on the Faria. Fawn gold longsword. I see that. Verse purple fan. Pace with the gold fan still. OUG's Might with gold fan. Looks like Mike might be chased here by Spider and Fong. Just a little bit of a chase game for now. Ronald already on the top side. Fong is contesting this as well with the longsword. He's going to have that range. He is going to be able to let those horizontals and verticals loose to make sure that he can stay on top there and nobody takes that position for him. It looks like he drops down for now. Mike did take some cover off of that. He is going to take a quick reset as well with that advance hill. Verse as well, now trying to contest. The zone is starting to move on in pretty quickly now. These players are going to start to be pushed up on top now. Spider gets parried by, who's that, Mike with a big parry. Look at the damage coming to play. Faria B3. Mech already called in for Spider. Mike trying to capitalize off of this as well. Spider needs to be real careful, trying to play around the B3. BK gets clipped off the uppercut. It does manage to go inside the mech, and now one Faria ult down. Currently, his Pace it's held for 1 missile. Verse playing it very slowly there. Make sure he does not make any noise. Mike drops very low as well. There's a ping. He is very low by Fong. Arano trying to catch this as well. The proc comes in the backside, I believe. Missile shots do not connect. There it is onto Mike. Spider trying to pick elimination, but it's going to be Arano with his first elimination of game number 1. And Spider now, it's just a ticking time bomb. Once this mech D-Max, you're going to start probably seeing a lot of these players start moving on in. And there it is. It's just a waiting game to see who is going to want to get aggressive onto Spider. He does manage to go on top of the statue. Does get saved for the time being. Burst and Pace still going at it. Bonk as well. Bonk controlling the battleground very nicely right now. Burst laying down some hits there onto Fong. It looks like Fong might get a little bit of aggression onto him now. Does manage to take a quick pot as well. and it's just a movement game here. And this is where all the mechanics come into play. Make sure you always have a sense of all your surroundings. You see Pace and Spider going at it right now. Spider does manage to get that full armor back, and it's just a ticking game here. The Farriers are out still, and we know how tough it is to try to win when the Farriers are meching up in that very small circle. I think I'm gonna have to give it to a Farrier here, Seb.
Yeah, once the circle starts to close here, Circle 6 is closing in onto Circle 7 as we speak. There are only 2 minutes left in this game. If we get a little bit closer to this ending and we see the 3 Farriers still in as J-Team's PST, yeah, it's going to the Farriers here. As we're going to see PST getting extremely low here. Still has the ult, is going to pop it, but it looks like Spider is going to be able to come away with his 3rd kill of the game. J-Team's PST still in contention to win this with 6 kills up onto the board. If Fung and Spider don't get many more kills and Arano and Verse split them, they will still be able to give J-Team's PST enough points to come out as the MVP for game number 1. But WBG Spider here is not going to want to let that happen, as they're going to try and pick up as many kills as possible. JDG's Verse popping that ultimate, and that's it. All of those E-pings out of the circle. Spider picking up his 4th of the game here, now getting focused on by DRG's Fang here, and Arano is going to get knocked out into the zone, and bang! Bong coming out with a huge fan charge, and the overhold gonna hit Fung. Arano now facing off. 1 kill on the board for Arano here, as Fung is going to be able to end up just dropping the pillar down. Both of these mechs are going to come out. We're going to see Bang getting that pillar first here, and